Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of Badass Direct Sales Mastery. I am your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger, and I am so excited to share Drew Berman with you guys here today. Drew is someone who I met through a referral. Someone was like, oh my gosh, if you're doing interviews for your podcast, you have to talk to Drew. This is absolutely necessary. You must talk to Drew. So I said, all right, then let's make this happen. So now you're wondering, who the heck is Drew Berman? And that's pretty much what I was thinking. So let me share that with you guys. Drew is a world traveler, a best-selling author, peak performance strategist, family man, triathlete, and Maverick Network Marketer. Oh, we're already going to be besties. I can tell just by the fact that you use the word Maverick, we're going to be friends. Drew helps network marketers create streams of income that are fun and flexible. Drew locks arms with those wanting to let go of the good life to attain the great life. Oh, like I'm literally getting goosebumps right now just reading that. I love it. Often dropping F-bombs. Oh, you're my people. You are my people. Drew's core values are family, fun, fitness, finances, and his favorite, freedom. Those are his F-bombs. I'm sure he just figured out that my F-bomb's a little bit different. The Chief Fun Officer at drewberman.com. Drew is the guy that can help you go from hobby income to professional income, especially in the profession of network marketing. So, Drew, I want to welcome you to Badass Direct Sales Mastery.
I feel like a badass already. This is extraordinary. I'm happy to be here, Jennie. Thanks for having me. This is, these types of things are fun, and I feel like I'm right next to you here, and we got a lot of going on in the world. So I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to share this information with my audience. And you're running this Facebook Live at the same time and with your audience. So this is really cool.
That's right.
So let's start so we just gave the big overview of Drew, but how did you get into, because I'm assuming you have also been in network marketing. So tell us a little bit, how'd you get into network marketing and how'd you maneuver into your Maverick Network Marketing company?
So thanks for asking. I did something really unique when I was 28. So in the year 2000, I had the opportunity, Jennie, to take the year off, and I did a 35-country, year-long, 200-person, 20,000-mile, 6-continent bicycle ride around the world.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was pretty amazing. And we could do a whole story on that, of course. And what ended up happening is I ended up tasting freedom. I ended up seeing what freedom was like in a way that I almost felt 28 retired. And I came back in my 30s living in New York City, and I ended up working hard in New York, selling real estate. And I was busy but broke.
Yeah.
I was baby, busy but broke. And I was paying $2,700 a month rent for a 700 square foot apartment in Manhattan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So a guy came up to me at a networking event. You've got a BNI certificate behind you. So I was at a BNI, which stands for Business Networkers International. And a guy comes up to me and he said, the magic bomb. He laid the bomb on me. He said, you seem like a sharp guy. Are you the type of guy that keeps options open for additional streams of income? I said, yes, I am. And I got into a company called Amway, but it wasn't Amway. It was Quickstar. They were rebranding into their internet version of that model. So I got into Amway for 5 years and I didn't make any money.
That sounds pretty typical for a lot of network marketers, right?
And I went from event to event, excited and broke. Event to event, excited and broke. Event to event, excited and broke. And we had a network marketing intervention. I didn't come in skeptical. I didn't think it was a pyramid. I didn't think it was weird. I went to school for marketing. This seemed like a good marketing company, seemed like a business. I had no challenges with the industry at all. I had nothing, but I made no money. So when we had a network marketing intervention, my best friend, my dad, my wife, my financial planner, they're like, Drew, I mean, this is all good, but you're not making any money. So either you got to make money or you got to do something different. So I quit, which I'm no quitter, but I gave it 5 years, I really did.
Yeah.
And got back into sales. I was selling advertising in Manhattan, paying $2,700 a month rent for a 700 square foot apartment, going nowhere fast. And my second company, Isogenics, landed on my lap. And my dad lost 56 pounds at 62. So I replaced my full-time income in 10 months. I wrote a book called You Can Have It All, The Ultimate Guide to Having Fun, Making Money, and Living the Good Life, because I realized that this was a good business. And I just started telling people that it worked, telling people that it worked. And then what happened was the company was a Phoenix-based, Utah-based, California-based company. So when we as New Yorkers got involved, we just went vertical.
Yeah. They
flew out a video crew, and I just spoke kind of what was on my heart. I just said, look, this feels like a business where you can, you can work part-time on the side. You can do it in between, dancing and ballet if you're a mom. You can not have to argue with your boss for raises, or it's a business where you can, make some extra money. You can fire your boss. You can get rich. You can have tax advantages, and there's no, blockage to education, and no racial barriers, no gender barriers, and really no financial commitment. And it could be a business that works. And I told a story about a millionaire that goes into our profession, a millionaire that goes to his accountant from our profession. And the accountant says, wow, you make more in a month than I'm making a year. What do you do? And the millionaire told him what we do. And he says, oh, I've been to one of those meetings before. He's like, you do? So you know a little bit about what I do. He's like, yeah, what do you think? And the accountant says, I didn't believe a word of it. And the millionaire says, oh, I did. So I said that video, and it went like viral. Apparently, like the New Yorker in me, the way I had it, the way I said it, whatever. So people said it was like one of the best videos that they had seen of the explaining it. So next thing I realize, we're killing it. I mean, we're going like vertical. The owner of the company calls me. She puts me on her field advisory board, which means I got to sit on the back in the boardroom while the company grew from 250 million to $1 billion. And
wow.
It was a journey.
Yeah.
10 months later, my wife's income, she was making about $5,000 or $6,000 a month in real estate in New York City, but her mom was dying in about 90 minutes away. And she was having a nervous breakdown. So I called the owner of my company and I said, look, my wife's making a lot of money, but I don't know the trajectory of this business or how it works. I don't know what to do. And she went into her back office and she said, we don't need your wife's income anymore. And my wife quit the next day, and we've been full-time ever since. 15 years we've been full-time. And I wrote the book based on some of the things I learned. I realized that, some people started hiring me within my company to help them, because some stuff that I had figured out that had made sense for me, other people were struggling with. People, like I just got off the phone today with a client. I said, what are your challenges? She said, what are your challenges? She's like, well, I want to make $5,000 a month. You'll appreciate this. I said, okay, why? Why do you want to make $5,000 a month? She's like, well, I want to have more financial freedom, and I want to have more, I want to have residual income. I'm like, okay, is that it? Like, that's really what you want? She's like, yeah, it's really, really what I want. I said, okay, well, what are your challenges? She said, well, I have trouble connecting with people, and, I'm good at developing rapport, but, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't really know how to use it. I'm a little afraid of the phone. Most of the people I know are either retired or elderly. I don't like prejudging people, and I'm not so good on the internet. I have challenges making contacts, and I'm struggling with time management, and I'm always learning, learning, but I get sidetracked, and I'm like, people are resistant, even when I give them free things, and I don't know how to intro this, and the tools are confusing, and I don't know what to do every day. I said, what else?
Yeah, what else? Just everything with the business I have issues with, right?
So I said, I can help you.
Yeah.
And I created a course that helped me personally enroll 800 people and grow a team to 15,000.
Nice.
And it's helped a lot of people. So maybe it'll help some of your listeners. And people can get that if they go to networkmarketingdomination.com. They can grab the course, and it's helped me a lot. So
that's awesome. So guys, those of you who are listening right now, you've got earbuds or you're watching on YouTube, scroll through the show notes, scroll through the description on the YouTube video, and find that link and click it right now. Make sure that you go in and grab that course that Drew is offering for you, because it helped him, like you just said, personally enroll 800 and grow a team of 15,000. Imagine what kind of financial and time freedom you have with a team of 800 personal and 15,000 downline. That's a lot of time and financial freedom. Now, that sounds awesome. And I'm sure there are also obstacles that come along with a large team. What are some of the obstacles that you've overcome with having a large team like that?
Well, babysitting. So there's something called the lifeguard method. So the lifeguard method is when you climb up on your lifeguard chair and you grab your megaphone and you scream, go team, go recruit some new people, go, you can do it. You got to keep doing the do. You got to keep doing the do. How many people, when I talk to leaders, how many people did you sponsor this month? Because you don't want to get into management mode.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because, if you really think about it, to use your own analogy, who are the best swim teachers? The ones who are in the water with you, helping you move in the way you need to move. Like, I was not a big fan of swim teachers who watched my kids from the side of the pool. If they weren't in the water with my kid, then I was like, nope, new swim teacher, please. Right. Yeah. So the same is true as a leader. Your team is only going to do a portion of what you do. So if you personally are not continuing to enroll, neither will your team. You are the lid in 99.99% of the cases when it comes to direct sales and network marketing, because what people see you doing is what they think they are limited to. Now, every once in a while, you get a rock star who overshoots you, and yay, hallelujah when that happens, right? But most of the time, most of the people on your team will assume that whatever you're doing is the most that they're ever going to be able to achieve.
Right. That's exactly right.
So if you don't do it, neither will they. Oh my gosh, no. So how about that? So in going through that process, and now we've had, that network marketing boom that you brought up, which explain that for everybody who doesn't know the network marketing boom that happened.
Yeah, so I think the death of network marketing round one has officially occurred. I think the network marketing model from 1959 to 2019 is dead. So we created the network marketing boom, helping network marketers and give them peak performance strategies, giving them tools that they need to win in life and win in business, and help them maximize their top. Like I was talking to a guy today, 54 years old, in a network marketing company, found me on one of my online, free tools, whatever, because I have a whole, lot. And he called me and he told me what he was looking for. I said, all right, I can help you. And I said, what are your biggest challenges? He's like, I have a government job, so I'm not really on social media. What I thought he said was that because of his government job, he's not allowed to be on social media. But what he was really saying, after I had to dig in, he's like, yeah, accessibility. I don't want to be on Facebook because I don't want guys from my high school, reaching out to me. Mm-hmm. I said, oh, what makes you think, don't you have a man's health product? He's like, yeah. I'm like, don't you think some of your friends from high school might want to try your product? He says, oh, I didn't really think of it that way. So I said, okay, so these are the types of things I can help you with.
Right.
So now what happened is I realized, Jennie, that people struggle in the industry.
Yeah.
So I take on clients because most network marketers are running a non-for-profit business from the discomfort of their home. And I help them turn it into a profitable business.
That's good to know. Because let me tell you, these days, we are all running our business from home for the most part, for those of us who are in business for and by ourselves, right? And that's one of the things I've been trying to tell people that, well, yes, you have the community of the people in your company around you. In the end, many times you are still in business for and by yourself, but you don't have to be. You have the opportunity to look to mentors outside of your business, outside of your company, to be able to get that thing that you just keep missing or don't understand, because your company and your upline, the people are going to keep explaining things the same way over and over again because that's how they know how to explain it, because it worked for them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And meeting someone like Drew, guys, meeting someone like me, meeting someone else, because there's hundreds of network marketing coaches out there, guys. There's hundreds of us out there. You just got to know, just got to look. I mean, seriously, Google it. We're out there, right? But reaching out to someone like us, it gives you an advantage because we can help you see things that you didn't even know existed. And so that's what Drew is helping with his clients as well. So the next thing I wanted to talk about based on our pre-interview is the law of attraction in action. So for those of you who can't see the words, okay, the law of attraction in action, not inaction. Like that's not one word. Those are two words. So I want to make sure if you're listening, you're hearing the right thing. Okay. So you're thinking the law of attraction in action. Tell us about that, Drew.
So this was taught to me about 15 years ago. Cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I was working with a coach at the time to break through, and I'll give it to you and your audience for free because it just had such a dramatic impact on my life. In fact, I've been teaching it for 15 years. It actually works 100% of the time with 100% of the businesses. It's an exact formula that works. And if you're not driving, you should write this down. So there's 4 questions. It really only comes down to 4 questions. And I could teach the 4 questions in 15 minutes, of course, like we discussed, but I could also do a 3-day workshop on it. So this is the essence of it. It's the essence of, hundreds of thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of hours in the law of attraction. It comes down to 4 questions.
All right, let's hear them.
All right. So question number 1, and this might be good for you. And now we didn't pre-brief, right? So you can answer the questions.
Oh, yay. Okay,
and
good.
And you can see, you'll see what happens, and you'll see how your image and marketing and mind shifts throughout the 4 questions because they're on purpose. And when I heard question number 4, I was just like, oh, I'm done with the coaching session. Like I was like, all right, let me process. So question number 1, who are your ideal clients?
Rockstar direct sales moms.
Rockstar direct sales moms. All right. So that's pretty niche. Mm-hmm. That's pretty specific. Some people will be like, well, anyone who will listen.
Yeah, no, I'm totally used to that. You have to remember, I'm in BNI. I know better. I don't ask for anyone because if you open up the contact list, I promise you, nobody has anyone in their contact list.
Yeah, exactly.
If you start typing ANYONE, I promise you, nothing's going to come up.
Yeah,
so I know better.
Yeah. So who are you? Who are mine? Mine are dads. Mine are people who go to BNI, entrepreneurs, success seekers, people who want more, collaborators, visionaries, people who are black belts, martial artists, people who are successful in life and business, but they want more. They're winners, not whiners. They're champs, not chumps. Like I want people who are turned on like you, Jenny, and your listeners. That's my ideal client. That's question number 1.
Nice.
And most people don't even get it that far.
No. Agreed.
Who do you serve and who do you sell to? Anyone. What do you sell? Skincare. I'm looking for anyone with skin. No, that's not your client base.
No.
So 1, who are your ideal clients? Number 2, where are they?
My clients are mostly, if we're going to talk social media, Facebook. They are also in PTAs, PTOs, whatever you want to call them, depending on where you are in the country. And once upon a time, they used to be at vendor events back when we could do live in-person events, right? But that's where my clients are.
So you're evolved because most people don't know 1 and they certainly don't know 2, right? So the way to maximize this is to write down all 4 questions, leave some space, because your answers aren't going to be everyone's answers. So you're going to write down the 4 questions and answer them as honestly as you can for you and your business.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally in another color so that your brain remembers. Question number 3, what makes them tick?
What makes them tick?
Tick.
Okay. What makes them tick? Ooh, that's a really good one. I haven't approached that one. For them, I think in terms of their direct sales business, what I see most often in my own clients is they are wanting to replace their current salaried part-time or full-time job with their network marketing business. They want more time freedom. They want more financial freedom. So for them, that's what makes them tick business-wise. Outside of business, it's their kids. They want to be there for their kids. They want to be able to go to all the practices and go to all the games and the recitals and all the things for their kids. They want to go on all the field trips once we get back to going on field trips, all that fun stuff.
Right. So we have to know what makes our ideal. So if we identify who's my ideal client, where they are, what do they think about, want, what are their pain points? Do they read Robert Kiyosaki and Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins, or do they read the New York Post or the New York Times or a golf magazine, or do they read Forbes magazine? Do they want to retire their spouse, or do they want to get their kids' degree debt free, or do they want to pay off their mortgage, or do they want? So if you don't know your client's needs and their pain point, then you're nothing but a salesman.
Right.
Question number 4 is the game changer, because then it comes back to inflection. So what do I have to do, change, or improve to attract more of them?
That's a good one. I think for me, it's what do I have to change or improve? Getting out there more, probably, even more so than I already am. I'm because I still have openings. So getting out there is probably going to be the key for me in making that more visible, which is why I'm doing the summit in March to get out there.
When I work with my clients, we start with these 4, right? And we go through, okay, well, who are your ideal clients? Where are they? What do they want? And what are you doing to become attractive to them? What are you doing so that it's inevitable that people who are looking for a better way find you, that you are clearly the leader in this process? And how do you do it? Well, if you read those questions and answers each and every day and night for 30 to 90 days, you're going to become more of the person that your ideal client is looking for. And your ideal client is going to start to find you. And when your ideal client starts to find you, you're going to serve them at a high level because you're the person that they are seeking. And if you're serving the person that they're seeking, that they're going to refer more ideal clients to you, which means you'll be able to charge more, which means they'll be able to buy more, which means they'll buy more often, and then they'll refer more to you, and then you'll become more of what they're seeking. So those 4 questions, when you really live into them, game changing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's incredibly powerful. So y'all go ahead and hit the skip back and go back a good, what was that? 2.5, 3 minutes worth of this is gold, guys. This is what, when Drew and I talked for the 3 seconds that we talked before we hit record on this, he said, how can I serve you? How can I serve your listeners? And I said, one actionable thing, guys, that was it. I'm pointing that out right now. Get those 4 questions written down just the way he said. Write them in black ink, write your answers in blue ink or purple ink. Y'all know why I'm going with purple. It's kind of my thing, but pick a different color, your favorite color, make it in green or yellow or orange or whatever. Put it in a different color and make it something that you're going to read every single day. Because that, people, was gold. So you also said, you mentioned it, alluded to it at the beginning of the conversation, that you have a gift to help people grow their business. Let's bring them back to that.
I do. And it's prospecting and recruiting is the game. And I've become decent at it. I have. So I put it in a document that you guys can have. It's a mini little training, and it's precise. And people say that moves the needle for them in life and business. So if you go to thelawofAffluence.com, thelawofAffluence.com, you can get the free prospecting and training course, and it'll help you on your journey.
That's awesome. Again, guys, just scroll through the show notes. I've got the link in there for you. I promise you're going to be able to just click on that right there. It'll take you straight to his training, because I do have to say that's the one thing that we know every direct sales company, every network marketing company builds all their incentives around, right? Is the building and growing of a team. And if you choose not to do that, you're literally leaving money on the table. Literally saying, no, I see that hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting there and I'm choosing no, because I don't want to step out of my comfort zone and do something that's a little different, do something that's a little out of my comfort zone. So make sure if sponsoring and recruiting is something that you're struggling with, guys, go grab Drew's training, because it's going to make a difference for you. Even if it makes one little mindset shift, if it gives you one more thing you can do that you didn't know before, go check it out. Obviously, he's got a process that works. It worked for him 800 times and for his team over 15,000 times. Hello, right? Duh. Sorry, I went into my East Coast for a hot minute there. You can tell that's where I have family, right? So, Drew, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. This was awesome. It was everything I hoped it would be for the listener. I hope that they also got massive value from this. Thank you for your time and your expertise.
Yeah, my pleasure. And, I look forward to getting to know you and seeing what we can do to assist each other on the journey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, guys, you know what time it is. Stay tuned, because there's another badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast, so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.